So we're talking about the jellyfish. I don't know how many of you know what the jellyfish is. Apparently this is a good definition of the jellyfish. Now, do you want to explain the jellyfish?
Oh, when you sneeze on your period, especially day 1 or 2, or you cough too hard or you stand up too fast, and then it's just a into your pad and you gotta run and change. It's really gross.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
So she has made a funnel out of an old beer bottle. And she is filling Heinz ketchup containers with Heinz ketchup out of a jug. It is the cheaper way to go. It's what most restaurants do, but it's interesting to watch. And Harlow wants to help, which means there's going to be a mess soon, and I'm going to hear a, "What the hell are you doing, child?"
Okay, Harlow.
See, it's starting. Regina Pat's game. I think I should pay for these seats next time. Losing 3-1. Lots of people have left. Also, don't get seats in the first row. No thanks.
Go to the store and get a bottle of hoisin sauce. Open the fridge, oh no. Already got a bottle of hoisin sauce. I got a shit.
Another one!
Give this like a thicker beer.
Oh, so both are beers.
I believe so.
Beer and cider.
Oh, is it just straight? So it's not like a cider beer? Okay.
So I really do love the city I live in. I really do. But how the fuck? This is a sidewalk. There actually is a curb, but everything is pretty much... And then look at all the ruts. How in the fuck am I paying over $2,500 in property tax? And on top of that, paying for my garbage and shit. And that's what the road looks like. Like, how the fuck is that a thing? Yeah. So I know that my bitching about the fucking roads and the sidewalks might sound like I hate where I am. Really, for the most part, that's my major gripe about Regina. Everything is close. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to see. On top of that, it's been great for our family. Me and my wife have found pretty damn good jobs. Not amazing, but pretty damn good jobs. But the property tax you pay for what's happening is insane, and part of the problem is that there's the new budget's asking for $12 million in taxpayer money to go to the Real District. So the Real District is the Rough Rider Stadium, the Regina Pats Arena, and a few other things. There's a bunch of stuff there. If you need $12 million of taxpayer dollars to run that place, you're doing something wrong, because you have a 30,000 seat arena, you have a 30,000 seat stadium, a 4,000 seat arena, you have, like, there's so much shit that you should be able to make a lot of money in that area if you're doing things right. Maybe you need a new fucking board, maybe. But the fact that we have a curb, so we do have a curb, and the fact that the road ice is level with the sidewalk, and the ruts, some of the ruts are going down to the cement. It's sad that that's the way it goes. Now, there are parts of the city that only pay like $500 a year in property taxes, and then there's part of the city that pay a lot more than us, and it's kind of strange, right? again, my only real gripe about the city is that there's other things that you could gripe about. There really is, but there's always other things you could gripe about no matter where you're living, and not really a real reason to do it because it's not bad. Like, I hear a lot of people. Oh look, I still have the old sign. I hear a lot of people complain about Saskatchewan in general, and like, why would you want to move here and this and that. It's usually people that have never been out of Saskatchewan that say that. And I've lived in Quebec, I've lived in Nunavik, I've lived in Nunavut, I've lived in Manitoba, I've lived all over Ontario. I really enjoy it here. I do. And the cost of living is a lot lower than in most of those places. But if you ask people from here, the cost of living is astounding. And again, I think it's the same thing that happens all over the place. When you haven't really been out to other communities, when you haven't lived in other places, you just see the bad in what you have. I mean, when I lived in Ontario, I had lots of gripes. Once I left Ontario, there was things about that, some of those gripes didn't matter anymore. I was like, oh shit, you know? So it's one of those weird conundrums in life that I don't think a lot of people think about until they have to. And if they've never had to move provinces or move countries or things like that, they're never going to think about it. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. God, it's proof! It's proof! You did it! You always blame me! You did it! So, we're doing a little reconnaissance. This is my backflow inhibitor. And yeah, I may have to open her up and give her a clean. Looks like she might be stuck open. I can hear the water going through it. Always thought it would be more clear looking. But hey, who am I? My guy here is extremely new. But we're coming on the year. The year is in about 3 weeks now. And once a year, you're supposed to clean the valve. So I'm curious if anyone would be interested in seeing me clean that valve. But I mean, it is a sewage valve, so you might not be. But hey, it is what it is, right? I'm always looking for new content that isn't necessarily beer related. And I mean, this is something that's important. There is lots of videos on it, but hey, they're not done by just your average homeowner. Usually it's a house inspector that's like with all of his fancy tools. I already have an idea of how I'm doing it, and yeah, I'm going to go do something now. So I'm kitten proofing the attic because we're gonna put the thing right there, the thing. Yeah. So I'm just like trying to make sure that she can't get into my ceiling like she can here. Closed off this side already.